Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. Mobile Chairman Tan Sri Vincent Tan Chi Yuen said the telecommunications firm could execute and roll out the second 5G network without government funding and roping in new local partners. Citing his experience with Digi, then Mobile and Redtone Digital, he dismissed analysts' comments that Mobile would struggle to roll out the second 5G network independently and said it would be done in the next 15 to 18 months. He told the press during a visit to Pulau Ketam that he has also ruled out local partners and is seeking to collaborate with Chinese telco suppliers, Huawei Technologies and ZTE Corp. He said the two firms are the best in terms of 5G technology and that they will be supplying the 5G equipment and providing financing. Mobile will have to fork out for its own capital expenditure together with financing from the banks, he said. He declined to elaborate on the capex required and said everything is still not yet finalized. As for the listing of the telco, Tan said the plan is to float its shares on Bursa Malaysia by the end of this year. He did not disclose the target fund size for the offering. JPMorgan warns of further downside risks for Malaysian stocks linked to the data center investment theme, downgrading Sunway Construction Group and Gamuda. It noted that premium price multiples have not been fully reversed and estimates that tightening US chip export restrictions could potentially affect 2/3 of the 4 gigawatt data center capacity planned in Malaysia. JPMorgan cut Sunway Construction to underweight from neutral and slashed its target price to RM2.50 from RM4.10. Sunway Construction closed 1.4% higher at RM3.63. According to JPMorgan, the negatives from the potential slowing data center project tenders have not been fully priced in. The research house's analysis shows that every RM1 billion of data center project wins has a 16% impact on its earnings. As for Gamuda, JPMorgan lowered its recommendation to counter consensus neutral from overweight, though it did note that the builder's diverse portfolio is a saving grace. It cut its target price for Gamuda to RM4 from RM4.26. The counter ended trading 0.5% lower at RM4.24. Data centers only account for 7% of Gamuda's outstanding order book, and its current project tenders also include other types of projects, both domestically and overseas. CIMB Group Holdings announced a restructuring of its senior leadership team in a move to enhance synergies across the group, effective February 1st. Key changes include the departure of its CEO of Group Consumer and Digital Banking, Effendi Shahul Hamid, who is stepping down to pursue other interests. He will remain advisor to the group CEO until the end of June. The restructuring will also see the separation of the lender's consumer and digital banking into distinct units. Hanez Nazlan, previously CIMB's Group Chief Strategy Officer, has been appointed CEO of Consumer Banking, while Gurdeep Singh Sidhu will oversee the group's digital businesses, in addition to his current role as CEO of CIMB Malaysia and CIMB Bank. Group CFO Khairul Rifai's role will be expanded to include strategy, and Victor Lee Meng Tek, currently CEO of CIMB Singapore, has been appointed CEO of Growth Markets. Group Chief Technology Officer Ros Aziah Muhammad Yusof will be included in the CIMB Group Executive Committee, and Group Chief Human Resources Officer Animesh Mukherjee will be redesignated to Group Chief People Officer. Shares of Salutica fell to their lowest in nearly 2 years after the company lost its suit against Apple Malaysia. The company said in a filing with Bursa Malaysia that the Kuala Lumpur High Court had ordered its subsidiary Salutica Allied Solutions to pay Apple Malaysia the counterclaim of RM1.2 million. Its managing director Joshua Lim told The Edge, Salutica will obtain the grounds of judgment to study and seek further advice from solicitors. It hopes to get the grounds in 1 or 2 weeks' time. In January 2022, Salutica initiated a patent infringement lawsuit against Apple Malaysia, accusing the company of infringing on patents related to cross-pair technology. Earlier this morning, Salutica tumbled as much as 45% to 23 sen, its lowest since March 3, 2023, triggering the suspension of intraday short selling of the shares of the electronics manufacturing services firm. It closed at 26.5 sen, valuing it at 113 million ringgit. JF Technology co-founder and managing director Dato' Fong Wei Kwong continued to mop up shares in Cosmos Technology International from MSM International. According to a bourse filing, Fong has bought another 14.36 million shares, or an additional 5.6% stake in Cosmos from MSM, raising his stake in the integrated water solutions provider to 17.95%. Bloomberg data shows that the latest transaction was done at 39.4 sen per share. Cosmos' largest shareholder and managing director, Dato' Chong Towi, told The Edge that Fong's decision to up his stake in the company is rooted in confidence. So Fong's vested interest in Cosmos could suggest greater focus on long-term growth and profitability. Following the latest deal, which values the block at 5.66 million ringgit, Fong has become the second largest shareholder of Cosmos, displacing MSM, which has reduced its stake in Cosmos from 11.6% to 6%. Chong, meanwhile, raised his indirect stake in Cosmos to 2%. He holds another 94.568 million shares, or 36.87% of the company.